Hey there, it's Saturday. This is April the 20th. I am using, it's not my toy, but my son let me use it until mine comes in, hopefully later today. So on Wednesday I'll be using my own tripod thing, but wanted to make a video anyway, and then my stepmother-in-law asked some questions she thought would be interesting to have a video explaining some things about honey. Um, so there's been a lot of folks that my friends and family that have asked me if I would be selling honey this year. The answer is no, probably not. Well, for a number of reasons, but the main reason is that when you first get a colony, you need to make sure that they have enough to sustain them through the winter. So I got mine in the spring, which most people do. But anyway, I got mine in the spring. I just got it last month. And I need to let them get through this winter with the honey stores. They eat that, obviously. That's their food. And also, another reason why I would not be doing it this year is because I do not have the centrifuge thing, which I don't know what the name of that thing is. I will find out. I didn't look that up. Anyways, it's like a centrifuge thing. You put frames in. There are different sizes. You can put different amounts of frames in one of those, and you spin it, and it extracts the honey from the comb, and then you can jar it or whatever. So hopefully next summer I will be able to harvest the honey, and I might end up getting another colony. Who knows? I do not. I would like to have another colony, but I probably won't purchase another colony. That's a little bit more money than I want to spend right now. However, if I have a chance to get a swarm, then I would like to. I'd like to do that. And then Glenda asked what the process is for the making of honey. I did not know. I looked it up and found out that it takes around 45 days for the honey to be processed. But for about 21 days, it takes the bees that long to gather enough nectar, and then they store it in their abdomen, and then enzymes changes the pH of the nectar. This enzymatic process changes the humidity of the moisture content of the nectar from 70% about to about 20%. And then they will eventually deposit that into the honeycomb, which we've seen on my videos. My very first inspection video showed capped honey. But anyway, so we'll get that in a second. So they deposit the nectar into the honeycomb, and then they use their wings to fan the cells, extracting more moisture, and then once it's reached the correct moisture level, they will cap it with wax, which is what we saw in my first inspection video showed capped honey. The capped honey and the capped brood look similar. It's both capped with wax. However, the capped brood still lets you see the shape of the cells, the hexagon shape. Capped honey, it's just capped with wax. You can't see the cell shape, and it's also kind of a not so much of a flat surface as the capped brood is. It's flatter, and the capped honey is more. Is it convex? Concave, I think, is down. Convex is dome shape. Anyways, whatever that is. And then also, I didn't know this. I didn't know anything about the pH of honey, but that process that the bees go through to get the nectar, processed into honey, takes the pH down to 3.9, which incidentally and surprisingly is more acidic than even coffee is, and tomato juice, it said. I was very surprised because I don't think of honey as being acid, but anyway. It is. And then let's see. Oh, and you know, people have always said that honey is the perfect food because it never goes bad. You know, that is that is mostly true. It is not true if the moisture content is greater than 18%. If it's greater than 18%, I understand it has to have certain yeast in it to preserve it, or something like that. If y'all know, let me know. I did not read that much into it, but if it has less than 18%, it is just right, and it will last forever, apparently. It'd be interesting to find, which I'm sure someone has, an archaeologist has somewhere, found honey from, you know, ancient Egypt or whatever, and it's still good. That would be interesting. But anyway, let's see. What else? Oh, you've heard of royal jelly, I trust. I have too, and I don't know much about that. Hadn't heard much about it. I know it's expensive. Royal jelly is a secretion that the bees make, and it's so cute. The terms for all these bees. They're called nurse bees, and they feed the larvae. Um, all larvae in a hive, I understand, gets fed the royal jelly, but non-royal larvae, that's not queen larvae, non-royal larvae get fed royal jelly for like 2 or 3 days, and then they're fed other things, and we'll get that in a second. The queen larva is constantly fed royal jelly, is what I guess that's hence the name royal jelly, because it's fed to the queen. But anyway, once the larva is not being fed the royal jelly, it is fed something called bee bread, which I mentioned that in another video. Bee bread is a combination of pollen and nectar, so it's not exclusively liquid, nor is it exclusively solid. It's the both, so it's a textured thing. But I thought this was cool. They also call it bee pollen. That's not the cool thing. The cool thing is it's also called ambrosia, and I love that word, and I think I'm going to start calling it ambrosia from now on. I'll just say ambrosia, and y'all know I'm talking about bee bread. The bee bread is nectar and pollen and bee spit, bee saliva. But I think that's all that I was going to cover. As always, there's something to learn. I hope to learn. I'm not getting too close to my hive back there. You can see it, because I don't want to be foolish and get too close without all of my cover on and get stung. But I keep learning. People keep commenting, and I really appreciate it. I truly do. I don't. You may get this if you know me at all, or just from watching these videos, that I don't pretend to know something if I don't know it, and I want to learn, and I want to be a good steward, as I've said. But anyway, I guess that is all. Catch me in the next one. Oh, y'all, please like this video if you like it, or dislike it if you don't like it. If you don't like it, I'd appreciate a critique, because I want to be entertaining, and I want to be informative, and I want to be accurate, obviously, most of all. And if you are so inclined to subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that too. I do like to be light, and I like to be goofy and stuff, and I like to make people smile and laugh. I really do. And if I can do that and still inform people and get knowledge myself, that's just perfect. It's the bee's knees, I guess you could say. And subscribe, and then also, if you would, share this to other people, maybe people that you know who also keep bees, who might not have an occasion to just find my video on YouTube. If they might see it because you shared it with them, I'd appreciate that, because I'd appreciate hearing from other beekeepers. Tuesday coming up, so that's 3 days from now, is the next bee meeting. I'm a part of the bee club, and we meet once a month, and we meet the fourth Tuesday of the month. And so that's this Tuesday coming up, the 23rd. And so a very experienced beekeeper, I understand, is going to speak to us about some do's and don'ts. So I'm really anxious to hear that. But anyways, catch me in the next one. Thanks, y'all.